Welcome to the Deep Dive. This week, we're cutting through the noise to bring you the really impactful updates from AWS, specifically between July 8th and July 11th, 2025. Our mission today really is to distill the critical nuggets of knowledge that genuinely matter for you, especially if you're, building on or leveraging AWS day to day.
That's right. We've got a pretty packed agenda. We're focusing on significant advancements across AI and machine learning, some crucial enhancements to core infrastructure and networking, and also some essential updates for data and developer experiences. We'll look at what's new, what's expanded, and maybe most importantly, why these updates should grab your attention for your technical workflows and strategic thinking.
Precisely. You're going to walk away with actionable insights, hopefully without having to sift through, endless release notes yourself. So let's unpack this.
All right, let's jump straight into the realm of AI and machine learning. AWS has truly been pushing the envelope here lately. A clear theme this week seems to be about making the entire life cycle of model development and deployment, particularly for generative AI, just far more efficient and, well, accessible.
Absolutely. Kicking things off with Amazon SageMaker HyperPod, we've actually seen three significant announcements that really supercharge large-scale AI model development. First, HyperPod now directly supports deploying both OpenWeight's foundation models from SageMaker Jumpstart and your own fine-tuned models. What this means for you is, well, incredible resource efficiency. You can seamlessly train, fine-tune, and deploy models all on the same HyperPod compute resources.
Ah, okay. So really unifying that entire life cycle on the same compute. That sounds like a massive win for efficiency. Couldn't agree more. It really is. And building on that efficiency, the SageMaker HyperPod Command Line Interface, CLI, and Software Development Kit, SDK, are now generally available. These tools, they just simplify cluster management and quick experimentation. They give data scientists and ML engineers, intuitive programmatic access and pretty granular control.
Right.
Think of it as making it far easier to launch training jobs, deploy scalable inference endpoints, monitor performance, and you get quick access to logs for faster debugging too. And speaking of debugging, HyperPod also introduces a powerful new observability capability. This automates metric collection and correlation visualization. It can even help remediate root causes with policies you define yourself.
Wow.
I mean, I've personally seen teams struggle for days with root cause analysis. This kind of feature, it can shrink troubleshooting time from days down to mere minutes. It all ties into a unified dashboard in Amazon Managed Grafana, pulling data from Amazon Managed Prometheus.
Those HyperPod updates sound like a genuine game changer for large-scale model development teams, really cutting down on the friction. But it's not just about the heavy lifting, right?
Yeah.
What about for developers who, prefer their local environments? Are there any updates that meet them where they are?
Absolutely. Amazon SageMaker Studio now supports remote connections from Visual Studio Code. This is a big deal for AI developers who love their customized local VS Code setup. All those AI-assisted tools and custom extensions, but still need access to SageMaker AI's scalable compute and data.
Okay.
It slashes connection time from hours down to minutes, all while maintaining the same robust security you get with the web-based SageMaker Studio. It just means less time waiting, more time actually coding.
That's real time back in your day. Focus on building, not bureaucracy. So speaking of model development workflows, for those using MLflow to track experiments, what's the big news there this week?
Right. Fully managed MLflow 3.0 is now available on Amazon SageMaker AI. And this release, it expands beyond just experiment tracking. It now provides end-to-end observability specifically for generative AI development, which is, well, crucial. It offers tracing capabilities to record inputs, outputs, metadata at every single step of a Gen AI application. This allows developers to quickly pinpoint the source of bugs or unexpected behaviors, trace issues directly back to specific code or data or parameters. It's a huge boost for maintaining traceability and accelerating that Gen AI development cycle. It's available across most SageMaker regions too.
Okay. Moving to the larger models and the really cutting-edge hardware, what's new on Amazon Bedrock and EC2?
On Amazon Bedrock, Anthropic's Claude 3.7 Sonnet hybrid reasoning model is now available in AWS GovCloud, US West, plus US East and Virginia, and Europe. What's fascinating here is its hybrid reasoning. It integrates sort of quick responses with this extended step-by-step thinking that's actually visible to you, the user. Yeah, it's got strong capabilities in coding, math, physics, and you can even control the reasoning budget with token limits. That's a smart way to manage costs for those really complex queries. And complementing that, Amazon Bedrock now introduces API keys for streamlined development.
API keys. Okay.
Yeah. This means you can quickly generate short-term up to 12 hours and long-term access credentials right from the Bedrock console or the AWS SDK. Think about that common challenge, right? You spend hours manually configuring IAM roles just to get started. Well, this removes that manual IAM setup, simplifying authentication for your API calls to Bedrock models.
That's immense AI power. But it also raises questions about accessibility and, the raw compute needed for many of our listeners. For those who need absolute top-tier performance for these massive models, what's available?
Right. For the ultimate raw compute power, Amazon P6e GB200 Ultra servers are now generally available. These deliver the highest GPU performance currently in EC2, accelerated by the NVIDIA GB200 NVL72. These aren't just like faster GPUs. They represent a fundamental shift in what's possible for those truly massive, multi-trillion parameter foundation models, including for agentic AI.
Okay, so what kind of specs are we talking?
They pack an incredible punch. Up to 72 Blackwell GPUs within one NVLink domain, 360 petaflops of FT8 compute, and that's without sparsity, so unparalleled raw performance. Plus, 13.4 terabytes of high bandwidth memory and up to 28.8 terabits per second of EFA4 networking.
Whoa, 28.8 terabits. That's just staggering compute power.
It really is. Data flows through these systems like water, It eliminates bottlenecks that previously stifled innovation at that scale. These ultra servers are available through EC2 capacity blocks for ML, specifically in the Dallas local zone right now.
Okay. Shifting gears a bit, how can AI simplify just the daily cloud operations? What's new with Amazon Q?
Two key updates for Amazon Q, both really focused on making your life easier. First, Amazon Q Chat in the AWS Management Console can now query your AWS service data.
Oh, interesting. So you can talk to your data.
Exactly. You can use natural language to analyze data from S3 buckets, DynamoDB tables, CloudWatch logs directly from the console, or Slack, Teams, even the console mobile app. It significantly reduces that manual effort when you're managing and troubleshooting your cloud environment. No more endlessly sifting through log files, huh?
Yeah, that sounds like music to my ears.
Right. And second, Amazon Q and QuickSight is now available in 7 additional regions, expanding those generative BI capabilities globally. This means users can just ask questions in plain language, no complex SQL queries needed, and it'll whip up documents, slide decks, executive summaries. You'll be able to confidently get answers from your data, even if it's not already on some pre-built dashboard.
Gotcha.
Oh, and QuickSight scenarios for that guided exploration of trends and modeling, that also expanded its availability.
And for automated troubleshooting, taking AI even further.
Yeah, AWS announced 2 new Model Context Protocol, MCP servers, in the AWS Labs MCP open source repository, a CloudWatch MCP server, and an Application Signals MCP server. These essentially enable AI agents to leverage comprehensive observability for automated troubleshooting and monitoring. They provide tools for things like alarm-based incident response, metric analysis, log pattern detection, service health monitoring using SLOs, and automated root cause analysis using OpenTelemetry data. It basically allows AI agents to perform complex troubleshooting workflows just through natural language interactions. It's like finding a secret cheat code for debugging nightmares, maybe.
So we've explored how AWS is making AI more intelligent, more accessible. But none of that innovation happens in a vacuum. It all rests on a powerful foundation. Let's pivot now to the core infrastructure updates that underpin all these advancements, starting with networking and storage. What's new in connectivity?
On the networking front, several important developments. First, AWS Site-to-Site VPN now supports IPv6 addresses on outer tunnel IPs. For customers with IPv6 mandates, this is a really big step. It lets you build IPv6-only VPN connections end-to-end.
Right, simplifying things quite a bit.
Exactly. It eliminates the complexity of cross-IPv4, IPv6 addressing schemes and could potentially reduce your public IPv4 costs too. It's available in most commercial and GovCloud regions. Then, for those managing complex network architectures, AWS Network Firewall now supports native AWS Transit Gateway integration in all regions where both services are available.
Transit Gateway, that central hub.
Precisely. This update lets you directly attach a network firewall to a transit gateway. It simplifies centralized traffic inspection and boosts security and resiliency with automatic multi-AZ redundancy. You don't need to manage those dedicated VPC subnets and route tables for inspection anymore.
That's a nice simplification.
Definitely. Also, Amazon VPC Route Server is now available in 8 new regions, bringing its total up to 14. This service simplifies dynamic routing between virtual appliances in your VPCs. It lets you advertise routing info via BGP and dynamically update VPC route tables, making network management more flexible, more automated.
And those new regions include?
Let's see, Canada West, Calgary, Asia Pacific, Malaysia, Europe, Milan, Paris, Asia Pacific, Sydney, Europe, London, and Canada Central. We also saw AWS announce a 100 GBPs expansion in Kolkata, India for AWS Direct Connect. This is the third Direct Connect location in India, offering 100 GBPs connections with MSC-sec encryption, providing that private direct network access. And finally, Amazon Route 53 Resolver query logging is now available in Asia Pacific, Taipei.
Okay, DNS logging. Crucial for troubleshooting.
Absolutely. Key for troubleshooting and security. It lets you log DNS queries originating in your VPCs. You'll see the queried domain names, the originating AWS resources like source IP, instance ID, and the responses. Logs can go to S3, CloudWatch logs, or Kinesis Data Firehose, and you can share configurations across accounts using AWS RAM.
It seems like Taiwan, Taipei specifically, is getting quite a bit of attention this week on the storage front as well.
Indeed. The AWS Asia Pacific Taipei region has seen a really significant expansion for Amazon FSx services. This means customers there now have a vastly broader range of options for high-performance, feature-rich file storage. You can now create file systems for, well, pretty much the whole FSx family. Amazon FSx for NetApp ONTAP that gives you fully managed shared storage with all the familiar ONTAP features. Amazon FSx for OpenZFS for cost-effective shared storage with sub-millisecond latencies and rich ZFS features like snapshots and compression. Amazon FSx for Windows File Server fully managed reliable SMB storage. And Amazon FSx for Lustre highly scalable performance storage for workloads like ML, HPC, video processing.
So basically the full suite is now there.
Pretty much. This collective expansion in Taipei really broadens the options significantly for high-performance, feature-rich file storage in that region. It impacts everything from enterprise apps to HPC.
Any other compute or database infrastructure updates worth highlighting?
Yes, a couple. Amazon EC2, C8G, M8G, and R8G instances, the ones powered by AWS Graviton 4 processors, are now available in the AWS Asia Pacific Singapore region. These instances deliver up to 30% better performance compared to Graviton 3 and offer larger instance sizes up to 3 times more vCPUs and memory.
30% is quite a jump.
It is. It translates to significant improvements for compute-intensive C8G, general-purpose M8G, and memory-intensive R8G workloads. And they're all built on the AWS Nitro system for better security and performance. And for Database Migration Service users, AWS DMS now supports C7i and R7i instances. These are powered by 4th-gen Intel Xeon scalable processors, offering improved performance for a wide range of migration workloads.
Okay, shifting to databases now. This next one feels like more than just an announcement. It seems like a monumental shift for many enterprises deeply invested in Oracle. Oracle Database at AWS. What's the real story here? Why does this matter so profoundly?
Well, you're right, this is big. For years, organizations have kind of juggled on-premises Oracle deployments with their cloud applications. The headline here is that Oracle Database at AWS is now generally available in U.S. East and Virginia and U.S. West Oregon, with plans for rapid expansion to 20 more regions. This is a joint offering from AWS and Oracle. It gives you direct access to Oracle Exadata Database Service and Oracle Autonomous Database on dedicated Exadata infrastructure, but physically located within AWS data centers.
Okay, within AWS data centers, that's the key.
That's the key. The profound impact lies in several areas. First, a unified experience. Collaborative support, purchasing, management, operations. It also qualifies for both your AWS and Oracle commitments.
Okay, so this simplifies things financially too, potentially.
Potentially, yes. It dramatically simplifies migrating complex Oracle Exadata workloads, including RAC, often with minimal modifications needed. Plus, you get low latency connections between your AWS applications and Oracle Database at AWS. And there's a zero ETL integration with Amazon Redshift for near real-time analytics and ML on your transactional data.
Wow, zero ETL to Redshift. That's powerful.
Very powerful. Backups can go straight to Amazon S3, and it integrates seamlessly with various AWS services, IAM, CloudWatch, CloudFormation, CloudTrail, EventBridge, and notably VPC Lattice.
And speaking of VPC Lattice, how does it tie into this new Oracle offering? What new capabilities does that unlock?
Precisely. So Amazon VPC Lattice now explicitly supports Oracle Database at AWS ODB. If you're familiar, VPC Lattice helps simplify network management by creating these logical service networks that can securely connect applications across VPCs, even on premises. With this update, you can seamlessly connect your applications in VPCs and on-prem directly to your ODB network using Lattice. You can also leverage Lattice to privately and securely access S3 and Redshift from your Oracle Exadata workloads. It just centralizes visibility and enables managed integrations, like OCI managed backup to S3 or configuring your own S3 backup.
Got it. Any updates for those running SQL Server?
Yes, a quick one. Amazon RDS Custom for SQL Server now supports cumulative update CU19 for Microsoft SQL Server 2022. This update brings, the usual important performance improvements, security fixes, bug fixes across developer, web, standard, and enterprise editions. It's recommended for its security updates, and it's available in all regions where RDS Custom for SQL Server is offered.
Okay. Beyond the core infrastructure, what's new for the developer community and sort of day-to-day operations?
A pretty significant launch this week for the developer community is the AWS Builder Center.
Builder Center. Tell me more.
Yeah, it's this new platform that aims to really unify the global cloud community. You can discover articles, like and comment on content, share ideas, join community programs like AWS Community Builders, or even start your own AWS user group. It also introduces a wish list feature, which I think is pretty cool. It gives you a direct channel to provide feedback to AWS product teams and vote on community roadmap requests.
Oh, direct feedback and voting. Nice.
Exactly. It's designed to be your central hub to connect with fellow builders, find events, access over 600 AWS skill builder courses, including Q developer stuff, and weekly technical challenges. You can even showcase your contributions on a public profile.
That sounds like a really powerful resource for learning and connecting, really fostering that community spirit.
Yeah.
What about managing access and permissions, specifically for data exports within services?
Good question. Amazon QuickSight introduces granular access customization for exports and reports. This is a big win for administrators. They can now customize access by the type of export content, think PDF reports versus CSV or Excel exports versus dashboard prints, and this applies to both on-demand and scheduled email reports.
Okay, more control there.
Yeah, much more granular control. They can also limit email attachments, maybe sending recipients just a notification-only email with a link instead. It provides real flexibility for managing corporate data export policies at the user or role level.
For IoT edge deployments, where resources are often, super constrained, what's new with Greengrass?
Right. AWS IoT Greengrass v2.15 introduces updates to both Nucleus and Nucleus Lite. The main Nucleus component gets some enhanced secret and log management, improving security and troubleshooting. But maybe more notably, the lightweight open-source Nucleus Lite, which is designed for those really resource-constrained devices, think 5 RAM footprint, now supports Docker containers management.
Docker on Nucleus Lite, that's huge.
It is. It significantly expands capabilities for lightweight IoT deployments. It allows you to run containerized applications even in those highly resource-constrained environments. It's available in all AWS regions where Greengrass is offered.
And for optimizing customer interactions through Amazon Connect, how can we maybe speed up those flows?
Amazon Connect now supports parallel AWS Lambda execution in flows. This means you can run multiple Lambda functions concurrently, or you can just continue progressing the flow while a Lambda runs in the background.
Ah, okay. So no more waiting for one function to finish before the next step.
Exactly. For example, you could simultaneously look up a customer's past purchases and check for active promotions while the call flow continues. You can configure this right in the drag-and-drop flow designer or use the public APIs. It enables faster, more seamless customer experiences, less waiting for your customers.
Keeping tabs on your cloud environment, maintaining governance, ensuring compliance, always crucial. What's new with AWS Config?
AWS Config now supports 12 new resource types. This expansion provides greater coverage for, discovering, assessing, auditing, and remediating a broader range of AWS resources. What stands out here are additions like AWS Bedrock.Guardrail, which is critical for ensuring responsible AI use, alongside things like AWS Backup Gateway.Hypervisor, AWS CloudFront.Public Key, and AWS.RDS integration.
So more visibility for compliance teams.
Right. If you've enabled recording for all resource types, these additions are automatically tracked and available in config rules and aggregators. It gives your compliance and security teams instant oversight into that new infrastructure.
Any updates for partners looking to showcase their expertise?
Yes, a small but important one. Enhanced AWS Specialization badges now display categories. This allows AWS Specialization partners to show badges that indicate both their specific specialization and its corresponding category, like data and analytics or security.
Makes sense for clarity.
Yeah, it directly addresses partner and customer feedback. Apparently, AWS specializations are a primary factor in partner selection, according to Canalys research. This just improves visibility, differentiation, and alignment between what partners market and their validated capabilities.
Okay. Finally, we have an update on high-performance computing and regional SMS sending.
Right. AWS Parallel Computing Service, PCS, is now available in the AWS Europe London region. PCS is that managed service that simplifies building and managing high-performance computing HPC clusters using the Slurm workload manager. It lets you quickly build complete elastic environments integrating compute, storage, networking, visualization, simplifying cluster operations with managed updates and built-in observability. Big for researchers and engineers needing that distributed compute power in London. And for messaging, Amazon SNS now supports sending SMS in the Mexico's central region. This expands the capability to send text messages to subscribers in over 200 countries and territories from this region. It brings the total number of AWS regions supporting SMS sending up to 30.
Wow. What a week of updates. I mean, from truly supercharging generative AI development with those new Hyperpod features, the Bedrock API keys, the absolutely massive P6e GB200 Ultra servers, to those foundational improvements in networking like IPv6 VPNs and native transit gateway integration, plus significant regional expansions, FSX and Taipei, and of course the monumental launch of Oracle Database at AWS. And let's not forget the new Builder Center, really aiming to unite the community and provide those direct feedback channels.
Precisely. This set of announcements, it truly underscores the ongoing rapid evolution of the cloud, particularly in how it's becoming more intelligent, more interconnected, and definitely more developer-friendly. We're seeing a clear trend toward abstracting away complexity, right? Whether that's in AI model deployment, network management, or even just getting started with new services, it really feels like it's about empowering builders with more power and hopefully less friction.
So what is this constant stream of innovation, all these updates, what does it really mean for you, the builder, the architect, the developer listening right now?
Well, this constant stream means the landscape you operate in is always shifting. It's always offering new levers for efficiency, for performance, for solving problems in new ways. The question this raises, I think, for all of us is, how do you strategically leverage these specific, sometimes granular updates to not just keep pace, but to truly accelerate your own cloud journey and the capabilities of your applications? It's about looking beyond just the feature list and really understanding the strategic opportunity.
That's a great thought to end on. You now have the critical insights, hopefully, to dive deeper into what matters most for your projects. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the latest AWS announcements. Until next time, keep building.